Welcome to this crash course of imperialism. My name is Grace, and today we will be discussing events in India between 1858 and 1947, when India became an independent country after imperialism by Britain. A very important man named Gandhi had a great impact on India during this time. Gandhi was born on October 2, 1864 in India. Gandhi grew up in India but wanted to study law and politics, so he went to London. When he came back, he set up a law practice. Gandhi was sent to South Africa during his time working in law. In South Africa, he had faced hatred and discrimination. When Gandhi came back to India, he had done many great things. While Britain was imperializing India, Gandhi launched a campaign in protest of passive resistance. This was because Parliament gave colonial authorities permission to suppress activists. Gandhi was a very influential activist and well known throughout India. He had become the leader of the national movement and held many non-violent protests to achieve political and social progress. Gandhi was imprisoned many times by the British for protest. In 1934, after being imprisoned for 4 years, Gandhi announced his retirement from politics. He was assassinated in New Delhi on January 30th, 1948. From then on, he was known as Mahatma, meaning great soul, for all the change he brought to India and around the world. One of the events that Gandhi had led changed India's economy and helped it grow. This was called the Indian boycott on British goods, also known as the Swadeshi movement. So what exactly was the Swadeshi movement? It was an Indian independence movement developing Indian nationalism. Gandhi had encouraged Indians to boycott British goods and buy Indian goods instead. This would help the economies in India. Gandhi wanted people to regain control over their lives, and it was a non-violent way to help India become an independent country. This movement was an economic strategy to revive products in India and establish self-rule.
While the British were controlling India, the British government sent the Indians to World War II and fought in West Asia and Northern Africa against the Axis powers. Those are the bad guys. 2.5 million Indian soldiers were fighting during World War II for the Allies. A lot of the Indian soldiers fought against the Japanese. To this day, the Indian soldiers are remembered as being brave soldiers.
What is the partition of India and Pakistan? What did it contain, you may ask? The partition of British India into two separate states of India and Pakistan in August 1947 was the last-minute mechanism by which the British were able to secure an agreement over how independence would take place. At the time, few people understood what partition would entail or what its result would be, and the migration on the enormous scale that followed took vast majority of contemporaries by surprise. Partition triggered rifts, mass casualties, and a colossal wave of migration. Millions of people moved to what they hoped would be a safer territory, with Muslims heading towards Pakistan and Hindus and Sikhs in the direction of India. As many as 14 to 16 million people may have been eventually displaced, traveling on foot, in burdock carts, or by train.
Many changes happened in India because of imperialism. Thank you for watching our crash course. We hope you get a better understanding of how India became an independent country.
Just like my room.